Hi, welcome to What's Cooking with Rochelle. Today we are going to make spinach ricotta stuffed shells. So it's a great Italian treat, super simple and easy. I'm going to show you how we can get this done really fast. So I'm going to go ahead and get the oven turned on. We're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. I'm also going to turn my pot of water on at the stove to get that hot. And I'm going to turn the skillet on as well. Okay, so to our water, we're going to go ahead and add about a tablespoon of salt. I am using sea salt, but you could use whatever kind of salt you'd prefer. And then to the skillet, I'm going to add a tablespoon of olive oil. Okay. Now, while the oil's getting hot and the water's getting ready to boil, we're going to go ahead and take our spinach, which is our first ingredient we're going to play with today. And what I've done is I've gotten a thing of baby spinach, and I'm just going to give it a real quick rough chop. So we're going to take it and then just chop it, just so that when you're eating the shells, you're not just getting a big piece of spinach, that's all. And you can see there's no real necessary size or anything like that. You're just giving it a quick chop. And I did take the bigger stems off of these. Just, it's a personal preference. I don't really like having a big stem when you're doing something like this. Okay, so let's put this back in our bowl, and we are going to go ahead and add this to the oil over there on the skillet. All right. So you can see our oil is nice and shimmery now. And we're just going to simply add the spinach. And we're just going to let that wilt. No real requirements to stay on top of it. Okay, while that is doing that, we're going to start and mix all of our ingredients to go in the center of our shells. So what I have here is 2 cups of whole milk ricotta, and I have a cup of mozzarella, and I'm doing a little twist on this. I've got some parmesan reggiano there, and then I'm gonna throw in a little bit of feta. If you wanted to do just ricotta, you absolutely could. You don't have to use the different cheeses. I just did it for something fun. So we're just going to mix the cheeses together. And then to this, I'm going to add just a little bit of fresh cracked pepper. And a little bit of dried oregano and basil. Now, if you had fresh would be great. But I'm just showing you, you don't have to. You can use whatever you have on hand. Okay, so you can see that's all combined now. We're going to simply crack an egg and add that to that. So if if you don't like spinach, instead of spinach, you could do just cheese. If you wanted to add meat, you could add sausage, pork, beef, whatever you wanted into your cheese, or you could add it into the sauce. All right, so we've got all that mixed up. Let's go check our spinach. Okay, so you can see our spinach is wilted. You can see that big thing of spinach got down to nothing. So we're turning off our heat. Now we're gonna let this actually cool for a minute because we don't wanna put it in the cheese so hot. So I'm actually gonna take my bowl back. And we're just gonna let that cool off for a minute. We are going to mix that directly into the cheese mixture. So let's see if our water is hot yet so we can add our shells. We are gonna be cooking the large shells. You wanna get big ones, and you're gonna cook them until they're al dente, or just a little actually less than al dente, because they're gonna finish cooking in the oven. So our water is boiling, so I'm going to go ahead and get these open. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take our shells out of the water. We're going to strain them into a colander. And I'm going to run just a little bit of cold water over them for two reasons. We're going to be handling them, number one. And number two, I want to get a little bit of that starch off of them. Okay. So you can see they're definitely cooked, but they're definitely al dente. They're still a little bit hard. All right, simple. All we're gonna do is take a 9x13 pan, and we're gonna pour some tomato sauce in the bottom and spread it around. You can use homemade sauce, you can use jarred sauce, whatever is easier for you. Our spinach is cooled, so we're gonna put that in with the cheese now and just stir that around. And I am then just simply gonna grab a shell and fill it. So let me show you. I'll do a couple, and then I'll show you what it'll look like when they're all done. So you can make them as full as you want, but that looks like that's about right. Okay, we're gonna just plop that bad boy in there, and I'm gonna do some more. Okay, so this tray's ready. We're gonna go ahead and put it in the oven. And that just has to heat through. The shells are basically cooked. The filling is just gonna get bubbly and hot, and the sauce is gonna get hot. So about probably 15-20 minutes, and that'll be ready to serve. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest while we're waiting for that to cook. All right, our shells are ready. We're gonna go ahead and get them out of the oven. All right. So you can see they're bubbling, and I don't know if you can tell, but the cheese is melted. So I'm gonna go ahead and scoop up a serving and just show you how lovely you can make this look. Now, obviously, you don't have to do all that, but of course, the best part is getting to eat it, right? So I'm gonna blow on it because it's really hot right out of the oven. Now that is good. Thanks again for joining me with What's Cooking with Rochelle. Bye for now.